The war drums are beating louder in the Middle East. On the fifth straight day of conflict, Iran announced it is preparing what it calls the largest and most intense missile strike in history against Israeli soil. The statement followed an alleged Israeli strike on Iran's state television headquarters in Tehran that killed at least one employee. In retaliation, Iran has already launched fresh waves of missiles toward Israel. Israel Defense Forces, IDF, confirmed the launches and urged residents across northern and central Israel to rush to bomb shelters and remain there until further notice. Air raid sirens blared across Tel Aviv and several northern regions, sending residents scrambling. Israel said its advanced defense systems were actively intercepting incoming threats. Meanwhile, in Tehran, chaos unfolded. Multiple loud explosions were heard in the eastern parts of the city. Iran's state-affiliated Fars news agency reported that air defense systems were activated over the capital. The Islamic Republic of Iran Broadcasting, IRIB, said one of its staffers, Masum Azimi, had died in an Israeli attack. It's unclear if she was killed in Monday's strike on the studio of IRIN, Iran's state-run news channel. As the tit-for-tat escalates, the toll on civilians is growing. In Iran, at least 224 people have died since the conflict began. In Israel, 24 people have been killed. The Indian embassy in Iran has issued an urgent advisory for Indian nationals and persons of Indian origin, PIOs, in Tehran. Those who can leave the city using their own resources are strongly advised to move to a safer location outside the capital. The embassy has also asked all Indian citizens currently in Tehran and not already in contact with officials to immediately reach out and share their current location and contact details with the Embassy of India in Tehran. U.S. President Donald Trump issued a stark warning on Monday. In a Truth Social post, he wrote, "Everyone should immediately evacuate Tehran," without specifying the reason. He reiterated his position that Iran should have signed the deal I told them to sign, referring to a nuclear agreement. What a shame and waste of human life. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. I said it over and over again. Tehran, home to nearly 10 million people, is now bracing for what could be the most destructive night in years. The global response is intensifying. At the G7 summit in Canada, leaders issued a joint statement declaring, Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. They also called for immediate de-escalation between Israel and Iran. French President Emmanuel Macron offered a cautiously optimistic update. He said that President Trump is considering the prospect of a ceasefire. Macron warned, however, that trying to overthrow Iran's regime would be a strategic error. With no signs of de-escalation yet, the world watches anxiously as two bitter foes exchange fire, and the region inches closer to the brink.